Ladies and gentlemen, it's Coop Days of the Coops World Podcast. If you don't know the regular protocol, man, before we get into this, man, be sure to click that subscription link and subscribe to our show on Anchor, Spotify, you name it, we there, iHeart. Today's episode is gonna be about men. And what I'm gonna dig into about men, the perception of man. I had a conversation with a younger gentleman not too long ago, and I was telling him, man, people only feel sorry for those who try. So the point that I'm getting at is, as a man, you are expected to carry the world on your shoulders. You can't cry. You can't have soft moments. Your job is to strictly be tough. That's how we're perceived as men. So he was asking to borrow money, and he asked quite a few times, and I gave him the runaround a few times. And finally, guy spoke to me. He was like, "No, give him the real." So I began to tell the gentleman, "Listen, man, I'm not going to beat around the bush anymore. You have to do better, bro. You can't sit here and say I need money from a girl, to catch the bus to work, and I just need some eggs. You're not a charity case. You're a man. Men and women is a double standard. Women can reach and extend their hand out and ask for things and won't be viewed the same as we, as men. But as men, you're expected to be the provider when you court a female. When a father gives away his daughter, that's what's expected to happen. You are supposed to hold it down, and if you're not holding it down, it is your sole duty as husband or lead boyfriend of the household to find a way to generate income. Now, we're not saying that you have to be rich, but you have to take care of home, bro. And bare minimum is to supply food to your woman, your children, be able to afford the necessities of living. And if you can't do that, my personal advice to you as a man is take a hard look at self and see if you got to use paper, write things down and ask yourself, where did I go wrong? What am I doing wrong? In the last year, what have I accomplished to lead me to this hell that I have to consistently live and ask and beg for money? Because if you keep doing the same thing and you're getting the same result, you seriously got to ask yourself, what are you doing? Why do you never have money? Make a list. Write down your expenses. Write down your habits. Write down everything and weigh what you need and weigh what you don't need. There's no reason in 2023, none at all. Even homeless people got cell phones. You don't got to be rich, but it is too much technology and it is too many avenues to generate income in 2023. So they was never taking the excuse to begin with, dating back to the 60s, the 40s. A man was a man, roll your sleeves up. But they definitely not taking it now from men with the excuses. Besides, women is on a whole nother level now, man. They done leveled up. They killing us right now, bro. Like, they bringing in racks of money. Some of the women is holding down the household. So in this time, the competition is more fierce because women has become more independent. So as a man, before you enter a relationship, what you need to be asking yourself is, A, can I support myself? You might have to move things around here and there with bills. That's normal. B, can I afford to bring her in? And C, do I even see myself having a child with this woman? Because if I do, all three factors have to be fused. I have to be able to afford myself. I have to not pay for her entire being and existence, but I have to be able to properly contribute and still have some left over. And then, C is the obvious. If y'all are living together and y'all are so in love, y'all gonna end up, you gonna blow her back out, she gonna get pregnant, and you gonna have a bigger problem. And if she's not a down-to-earth ride or die, she will leave you and file child support. Bigger problem. Now, it went from you begging for money for you begging for mercy to not go to jail. So you see, life is filled with decisions, and as a man, it is your job to take it by the horns and make the right and proper decisions for your household and for yourself and future children if you have none, or children to be right now. You should know where you stand. You should know yourself as a man before you enter a relationship and bring somebody along on this wild journey of a roller coaster ride, this crazy life that you're living, unstable. it's almost equivalent to you pulling the earth from underneath you and you're just falling in black space and in time. Like, you have to know without a doubt, bro. This goes out to all the fellas because I was a young man at once. I'm still a young man, but I've gotten a little older and I'm wiser. I start planning things. I look at things differently. I look at life differently. How can this financial decision affect not only me, but my spouse if it goes wrong? Can I afford if this backfires? If you have a weed habit, because a lot of people don't kick the truth when they borrowing money. They don't tell you that they're snorting their money away. They're taking drugs or they weed or cigarette habits or alcoholism, trauma from past generations. They don't keep it real with you. So my job in this podcast is to speak the real, tell the real, and to guide those who may feel lost. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 every single time that I come here. I'm gonna give it to y'all raw, no condom raw. That's my job. That's part of what I stand for this podcast and all avenues that I speak on, whether it be, we don't really touch politics like that, but religion, yeah, I'm about that. I'm going to call you out on it. Entertainment, gossip, I'm going to call you out on that. The industry, where we stand right now, the music industry, the direction that the world is going, I just speak truth, bro. So if I kick truth in that sense, if you're feeling offended from this episode, chances are you got to sit down and reevaluate your life, because what you are doing is not working and you're dragging and bringing along innocent people down along the way of your downfall. It is highly unfair, man to man, all the men that's listening. This is for y'all, women too. You know, I know some of y'all are going through this right now and don't know how to deal with it, so I'm going to speak on it. You can't bring people along on your route to destruction. If you're not stable, it's simple. Stay single until you get yourself together to be able to ride on an even playing field with the woman or man that you're bringing in your life. I don't judge nobody on their preference, but I can only speak as a man. If you're not together, don't do it, bro. And like I said, you don't gotta be rich. You just gotta be stable. Be stable. Keep it 100. That's what it is. So we're going to call this episode for the fellas, man. For those of y'all tuned in, again, definitely subscribe to the Anchor
Coops World.
Follow the TikTok, same name. Instagram, same name. Spotify and iHeart, just to name a few. Subscribe again. Subscribe. Support, donate, keep the show going, man. Share this with somebody. Glad to be your host, Coop Days, man. It's been real. Yeah.
Brought to you by Dream Reality Entertainment, where everything you dream, if you put your faith, your blind faith into it, it will manifest into reality. Thank you for listening. CoupesWorldPodcast.